Hey, hello. I'm here again for the movie today. I've just been riding my bicycle around the area all morning. And what else? Oh, I went to the store. All I did, I grabbed a little bit of soap and a scrubby thing for it's just for laundry. It's right behind the bicycle wheel. Oh, my rib cage. Ow. Here's the soap. I need to wash my clothes later. I plan to just go do it in the river. Headed down to the Potomac. I know exactly where to park. And then I'll bike there. I'll park 10 miles away from it because there's a little neighborhood I used to live in, and I have a parking permit for that. So I could just leave it overnight. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. I'm so dumb. I could have done that a month ago. Instead, I've just been wasting gas. It's pretty fun though, and I have a nice air conditioner in this Jeep and everything else that I would even need. So I remember using this for some kind of polyester. You can get some socks, or if you got a hat, or what else? I was just gonna use it for cotton. Oh, I forgot to turn off this nice little, like a nice little lithium-ion battery flashing light. Oh yeah. So that's the soap, and I'm charging some batteries too. I'm preparing for the apocalypse here. AA batteries are important. I use them to brush my teeth, actually. I have Panasonic Eneloop. That's what's in here today. Already. I'll just cleanse my teeth right here. I like to do this twice a day, at least.
On this trip, he'll have the opportunity to reaffirm and reinforce two vital security alliances, to deepen two vibrant economic partnerships, to work with two fellow democracies to shape the rules of the road for the 21st century, and to thank his allies in Korea and Japan for their remarkable and in some ways unexpected contributions to the effort to support Ukraine and to hold Russia accountable. In Korea, President Biden will meet with the newly inaugurated Korean president, President Yoon, who campaigned on the platform of strengthening the U.S.-ROK alliance and on improving relations between the ROK and Japan. President Biden will engage with technology and manufacturing leaders in Korea who are mobilizing billions of dollars in investment here in the United States to create thousands of good-paying American jobs.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan joining the White House press briefing.
710-729. That's 800-671-0729. U2connectnow.com.
Nuclear and missile programs.
Frenchmen, the year before, when France won the Men's World Cup, got 38 million to 4 million. That disparity is worldwide. The United States is saying enough is enough. It's going to be equal. The pool of money will go in, and then the women and the men will share that money. A big breakthrough and a wonderful day in women's sports.
Again, USA Today sports columnist Christine Brennan.
Some popular SUVs have come up short in a new round of crash tests.
The new tougher side impact test on midsize SUVs from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety resulted in some disappointing showings. The Kia Telluride
Is them against. Oh, this is fast.
805-3030. That's 1-800.
I always say it's so flexible. I agree. I'm grilling the...
that our heart is the main mechanism for listening, not just the biology of the ear. Speak to the mom or dad who feel like they may have blown it. The kids are older, maybe in their 20s now. And if they ask that question that you were honest enough to answer, how good a listener am I? That adult child that might say, you were a horrible listener. I never felt like you listened to me at all. Mm-hmm. All you did was lecture me. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, that would be a hard thing to hear as a parent. What would you say to them? How can they change it?
First of all, I think open the conversation. Steve and I sat down with our 4 adult kids and all their spouses like maybe a year and a half ago and said, okay, guys, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? To a kid, they told us honestly, but to a kid, you know what we did right in their eyes the best? We apologized when we were wrong, right? So
that's great, though.
You are going to make mistakes. So if you ask your kids, how did I do as a listener? And they come back with, I never felt heard by you. You didn't spend enough time with me. You were always preoccupied. What I would say is ask the Holy Spirit for the grace to apologize. And then say to that child or that adult, this relationship is so important to me. I'm going to work on this because I want you to know I love and cherish you. And yes, I'm sorry for what I did, but this relationship is so important to me that I'll do whatever it takes to mend that connection.
Yeah. Okay, now I believe now my teeth is cleansed. And one other thing that I love to do directly afterward is what I do. I'm gonna grab where is it? I had a beverage. I love something about the flavor of sugar water after you do the Sensodyne thing. I love it. It's amazing. These bottles are interesting. Every other soda and pop bottle except for some sports drinks, they have a narrow nozzle, but these have a wide one. It's almost as if they designed so that you could like deposit something back inside of here as soon as you emptied the container. It's very useful for other things afterward. Oh yeah. So like after I do all that to these Panasonic in the loop, what I have to do is replace it with more fresh batteries. These have been charging like all morning. And they're hot. I could tell they've been charging. You just have to stick them in like an alternating pattern. Either way, that's how this works. Then it's ready again. Must have some kind of a transistor inside that's able to detect the arrangement. So these AA's are getting a little tired. They need a little charge up. You can see that blinky light, and it's feeling warm. It get hot. I might have to stick this up on my dash. Or like, good thing I have it like on a longer wire. Took me forever to find this micro USB cable this morning. It was buried underneath a bunch of clothes back here, right where I thought I would find it. And I found other stuff too. I found my belt. I got a very nice quality belt from a Walmart. And then for 2 weeks I couldn't find where I had it. It was just buried underneath. I found my blade. I was cooking this tuna soup yesterday. Had to chop a little bit of garlic. Then I lost the blade somehow. Can't remember how I lost it. I decided to chuck it across, like, into the middle, kind of into my bicycle helmet, just like that. And that's probably a good enough spot for it, as long as I don't lose it again. It's not gonna come flying out of the bicycle helmet unless I slam my brakes. And so, like, I'm not trying to waste gas anymore. I'm staying in the area. I'm not gonna be driving fast at all around here. And so like, I park in the neighborhood, then I go out at night to bike around a little, then I come back to my car. I bring it out before midnight. Gotta get it, and then take it to like a Walmart parking lot or some other spot to camp out for a little bit. Maybe make some hot coffee. I was gonna do that pretty soon. I made coffee already. It was just a little bit. It was kind of some old stale coffee I had. Some Dunkin' Donuts. It's like, as soon as you buy it, it looks dark brown, right? It looks like normal ground coffee, but then after it sits out for a couple weeks, if you don't wrap it tightly enough, the oxygen gets to it, and it turns all light brown. What does that mean? Does it mean it wouldn't be as potent caffeine? And these are beginning to... No. They're still about... They're 80 degrees. Well, when they were in the toothbrush, they were also 80 degrees. So I just stuck them in. They're going to take a little bit to get going. Oh, and the amperage, I can see the meter here. 500 milliamps. That's a good amount. That means that you got 12 volts and 500 milliamps of the 12 volts is coming through the cell phone charger, through the power outlet in the socket. And you then have the micro USB cable, and this says in DC 5 volts, and that's just how it worked. The 5 volts must be a whole lot higher amps, because this cell phone charger steps down to 12 volts to 5 volts, and that means the amps must be higher. Than if it's consuming 500 milliamps at 12 volts, then how many amps to take at 5 when you step it down a little bit? What these things have inside of them, they're all the same. Even an Apple charger, like stick it in a wall. Go to the Starbucks or the McDonald's and you plug it in. Unless they already have a USB socket already. What I have also here to charge this Sony Ancient PM5 MHS-PM5 Sony camcorder. I'm gonna use this thing, so it's extending. The data transfer cable works just fine if you're just trying to charge up some camera. This little batteries in here is like 1,100 milliamp hour lithium, so it will take 400 milliamps from a cell phone charger. I still don't know what would that amperage be converted down when you step it down to 5 volts. If you have the answer, If you're a mathematician, like, let me know down in the comments section below. I forgot to bring my calculator out here. Got a nice one, but I used to use it all the time. Same thing with my multimeter. Same thing with my oscilloscope. The same thing with my $1,400 PC with the upgraded NVIDIA GTX GeForce graphics card TI 1050 Ti, whatever. I don't even remember what I got at the Micro Center, but they stuck it in for me. I paid them to do that. And like, this is a nice gaming PC. Oh, it's the Micro Center brand that was, what was that called? Power Spec. It was a pretty modern thing. Very, very capable. Boy, I wish I would have had that computer back in like high school. They probably had just begun the production back in like 2014, I bet. It's 2014, 2015, probably, something from around that era. I think that's my PC I have. I used to do 3D animation. I still do. I'm just taking a break, like a long break. But I'm still like an artist. I could easily get back into it. Blender is free for everybody to download and use it. It's very capable. There's nothing that you can't do in that program. Like, the possibilities are endless. It's even better than Photoshop. Actually, takes longer to learn it too. It would take hours and hours. You'd have to set up a routine for about a year or two of practicing to produce as much art as you could work on for a little while. And so that's how I had a tablet, and it had like this wireless thing, like Bluetooth, a little stylus. Sketch out the thing with the concept art interlaced, superimposed in a transparency in Photoshop or something, or I don't remember exactly. Then I have 2D views, and one of the front and one of the side. Very, very simple steps, very easy to remember. Oh yeah, and then you could render a couple of times as soon as you do a rough draft of the. First you make a high poly sculpture, then you have to make the mesh. Then you make the armature rigging it, then you animate that thing. That's just how it's done. So it's me, Moist Andy. I'm at the park today. I have had some breakfast, but now I have to wash my clothes. So, oh, I am charging up also the nog light. I'm just waiting until that red light turns into a green one, because that's exactly what this would do. This is from the Target, and it finished charging off of that charger there. I can read the amperage. It still says 500 milliamps to my AA batteries. So I hope that you like it. I'm gonna scrub my Dutch oven after I finish the tuna soup. It's probably pretty good. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice time. It's me, Moist Andy. Bye bye, YouTube.